Hey guys, welcome back to DXP Crypto. Hope you're doing well and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So I have an interesting take today. Wait a minute, hear me out. It's not about kaspa or any of the other projects that I talk about. This is a video that's going to wake you up. And what do I mean by that? So I feel as though narratives are designed for retail just to keep chasing their tail. And I'm going to give you a small example. Do you guys remember the BlackRock news? That was last week, precisely on the 19th. By the 20th, Ondo was almost 5x up, or 5x, whatever, 10x, whatever it became. But you can look at this by the chart. You can actually see this has been okay. You've got the 19th here, right in front of you. So on the 19th, project had 100 million volume. Apart from that, it went through a long period of accumulation, fine, but there was an insider news there. Obviously, RWA was taken up. If you were paying attention, and I don't actually even mean just inside, you've got to be totally focused in the market just for a few months, and it'll make a lot of difference to you. But if you look at that, massive jump from where we were to where we are today, and it's consolidating at that 88 cents level. But who's buying today? Volume's down 28%. Market cap is down by 5%. Has this been obviously a situation where retailers have now all jumped into this, and big money has kind of left the left the scene? There's plenty more money to come into this, by the way. Massive amount of money, and by all means, it's a category leader in RWA. So for me, if you've got a decent amount to spend looking at category leaders and then going down, working your way down, is not a bad idea. This is how money, nothing is guaranteed in crypto, but this is how money comes back into your hands. Having said that, I kind of worked out, and I've said it in my live, and last week I released a video, dedicated video for gaming. Retail right now is still deep into the RWA discussions. Every forum you go, people are looking for the next RWA token. That narrative has done 10x minimum in the last 7 days. So why even look at that? Where we need to be looking, and I'm going to show you an example of how you need to perhaps, everything is up at the moment. LimeWire is up, which is under sharing the economy or sharing economy. You've got, and if you don't look at the narratives, I think it's a problem. So I would love for you to start looking at narratives and way before. But in my opinion, the next one to take off is gaming, because right now gaming is up consistently between 5% to about 70% and anything in between. And that is absolutely nothing. 70%, 50% in crypto is nothing. We need to look at the 1000%. What is the next 10x gain or the next 10x project? And the way you can find that is look at the accumulation. First of all, take a look at your portfolio. Once you take a look at your portfolio, start to establish the gaps. So are you just full of degen stuff? Do you have a safety net? What's your safety net? Is there a debutee? For example, if you're not in render from last year, then what's your next deep in project? Now, one classic example, a place where you can make lots of money, is in this narrative. And I'll get to gaming in a minute. And this narrative is going to come up, but this narrative also has a lot of scams. So you got to be careful. Everybody's now throwing up the cliches, AWS, Microsoft, GPU, because the assumption is that retail don't actually check these things, right? A partnership is, it's when two companies announce, example, Fetch AI, Ocean, and Singularity Net make one big company, right? Everybody's releasing a statement. But when these deep in companies roll up and say, oh, we've partnered with Amazon Cloud Services, or we've partnered with AWS remotely, they could have sent an email, right, to speculate on becoming partners. and they will actually make that and turn that into partnership. So you really got to be careful. But I feel like Deepin is a place where you can keep your eyes on, especially the projects that perform well and accumulate, because this is going to be a never-ending narrative throughout this whole bull cycle, in my opinion, because of the shortage of GPUs and that type of stuff. But my main focus right now is on gaming, and you can see here 15%, 12%, 17%, and I'm talking about 7 days, because accumulation is starting to go overdrive. Some stuff is down 4 5%, but we haven't really seen nothing in gaming. And if you really want to make generational wealth, you've got to look at your portfolio and start spreading into gaming. And definitely this is one that is still within our grasp. You're not waking up to the BlackRock news and seeing stuff here that's done 20x without your knowledge. You know, the biggest movers have done 50. You know, I've seen the highest one I've seen was 70%, and that was a small cap. So you got to really focus on here, guys. And in my opinion, whenever you start seeing, look at the zoom out, look at the weekly candles, right? Forget about the hourly, the daily. You know, that stuff doesn't make any money. When you zoom out, you start to take a bird's eye view of what's going to pop. And what I really want people are exhausted emotionally, financially. Keep buying green candles, keep buying, never ending. A lot of people are wondering right now, when is their portfolio going to give them a break? It seems every project you don't have pumps. Every project you sell pumps, except the ones you buy and the ones you have right now. But that's because the short-term view of retailers looking at the market and thinking, okay, we're going to outsmart these institutions. It is the biggest, wildest casino, the most unethical space. At the same time, you're in the only place in the world that can change your life within 2 or 3 candles. So I think this year you've got to throw away all your distractions. If you want to make life-changing money, you've got about 12 months. And ideally, by the end of the year, you should be very clear in your positions, in my opinion. After the halving, we will have a dip for sure. Summer is usually an interesting one. The months of July or August, traditional stuff happens. Or it could be something where you know, the market manipulators, and it's not you and I, decide to create a real panic for retail. Then take your Bitcoin and your bags and your altcoins, and then they say we're going back down to 25. You've got to have all kinds of scenarios. Whenever you see such a euphoria, you've got to always ask yourself, fine, we are in a bull market. And I 100% agree, we are in a bull market. But what would a BTC drawdown do to me emotionally? 1, 2, if I'm going to keep my bags as they are, would I have enough capital when everything is decimated to participate in the market? And number 3, if you have been in some of these AI and Deepin and all of these narratives right now, and you're sitting on a 10, 20x, take profit. To absolutely take profit. Perhaps wait till next week, see if Bitcoin gets up to new highs before the halving, take money off the table, wait a little bit, and then deploy your money again. You will come out absolutely minting money, printing money. You're going to be the new money printer. But in my opinion, look, you know, I've added Game GPT to my portfolio. The volume is up, the market cap is still fairly low, but look, over the course of the last 7 days, it's up 33%. Not massive, but it shows you it's under accumulation. And you can actually go through the entire list, the entire gaming market, and you'll start noticing that pattern. By the time most people woke up to Deepin, it was 500%, 300%. Things were pumping. So look, the whole idea of this video is to make sure that, first of all, people understand narratives. Secondly, people aren't just loyal to projects because they bought them and they feel like they're going to get a Binance listing. Really critique your projects. And finally, once you critique your projects, look at category leaders and what they're doing and find similar technology further down the line. That's why I like the likes of Miria, GFAL, Corpo Games, Mavia. These are all undervalued. If you wanted to go big, we know Superverse is going to have a great run. We know Echelon Prime is primed to do well. And then in addition to that, what else can I pick up? Well, yeah, PYR has had really good announcements. You've got some games here with inflation, but nevertheless, they're going to rip. This is going to be one of the biggest sectors. Make no mistake about it. Anyway, that's all I had to say. But I really do mean what I'm saying right now. Retail is just looking at whatever the next narrative is. I've got another one for you. Decentralized science could be popping off. That's also something worthwhile. There's an entire category on here for DeSci. Perhaps you can maybe look into that as well. But pick your narratives, pick your cryptos, go with 100% conviction, and the rest will come to you. You sit back, relax, drinking orange soda throughout the latter parts of this year and early next year. And before you know, you're planning to exit the market starting from summer 25 all the way to November 25 without any traps being set. But there's a lot of hard work that's waiting for you. Anyway, guys, that's enough for me. I hope you find some credible advice there. And if you want to join our group, by the way, for example, Node AI GPU 170 million. I caught that at $9 million, right? So there's brilliant guys over there. Our basic tier is $9 a month, but that's more than enough for anybody. All right, we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care.